convert the phrase, "This is the last example," according to the given grammar rules. Which of the following is correct? With questions like these, where the answers are offered in an audio format, try to compose the sentence on your own and only afterwards listen to the audio recordings. Listening beforehand can confuse you or skew your judgment. With this in mind, let's jump into our phrase, "This is the last example." As we don't know how to say "this is" in this language, let's first focus just on the phrase, "the last example." In accordance with rule number 1, nouns always precede adjectives, we swap the order of our noun and adjective, giving us the phrase, "the example last." Next, we see that example begins with a vowel, which brings us to rule number 2. Nouns that begin with a vowel sound are preceded by the indefinite article eb or the definite article er. As the is a definite article, as opposed to a or an, we can now write our phrase as example last. And finally, we turn to rule number 4. Adjectives that modify nouns with definite articles are always preceded by sir. We've already established that the is a definite article, and we can therefore now write our complete phrase, example sir last. Let's go ahead and give our choices a listen, keeping an ear out for words that might mean "this is." A.
Dat sick example sim last.
We weren't told what dat sick might mean, but based on our context, we can assume that it's the way to say "this is" in this language. That being said, we see that this choice uses sim, an indefinite article marker. As we've already established that we have a definite article, this choice can be marked as incorrect. B.
Dat sicker example sir lastly.
While this choice does use the correct modifiers of and sir, it changes last to lastly. We've seen no indication in the rules that this should be done, although it doesn't necessarily mean that this choice is incorrect. Let's keep an eye on it as we take a look at our other choices. C.
Example sir last dat sick.
This is exactly the phrase we came up with, simply with dat sick at the end. Because we weren't given any rules regarding the phrase dat sick and its placement, it doesn't actually matter where in the sentence it shows up. Because the rest of the sentence syncs up exactly with our findings, we can see that this is a more accurate answer than choice B, which we can now mark as incorrect. Let's keep an eye on this choice as we take a look at choice D. D.
Dat sick law example sir last.
This choice uses la, which is a definite article marker, but it's a definite article marker for nouns beginning with consonant sounds, and our noun begins with a vowel sound. Based on this choice can be marked as incorrect, and we can mark choice C as our final answer.